Hey guys, it's January 5th of 2023, and I'm out here this afternoon after I got off work for the first fishing trip of the season. And today what my goal is I'll be going after some stock trout. They stocked just a few days ago, and I'm up here on the Williams River in Pocahontas County. It's about mid 40s, which is pretty good for this time of year. It's supposed to snow tomorrow and this weekend, so I thought I better get up here today, because if I didn't get up here today, I don't know when I'll be able to get back up here. Who knows how much snow we're going to get. But it's not freezing, but it's definitely not warm either. The wind's blowing, it's kind of cool. And so the water's in good condition. It's pretty normal for this time of year. And I'll be taking a 4-pound test, size 10 hook, and I'll be floating a Atlas Mike's shrimp egg. That's what I'm going to be trying to use today. My goal is to catch a couple trout to keep a few. Normally I catch and throw them back, but a few times a year I keep some. And my goal today is to hopefully catch a couple that I can keep, take home and do a cooking video and show you how we cook them. So anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna get down here and give it a try, and hopefully we'll get lucky and get a couple trout today. You stay with us. Little bite. Well, he hit a piece of power bait. Not very big, but he's the only trout I've got a bite on all afternoon. I'd like to be able to get one more. I fished all afternoon with shrimp eggs, haven't got a bite. I come here to T Creek, catch one on power bait. Not very big, but he's a fish. I like to catch two if I could. I'll tell you, I mean, I fished in holes where they've stocked. I know good and well they've stocked, but haven't gotten bites. It's the way it goes sometimes, especially in the winter. But we'll see if we can pull another one out from here. It's just good to be out here. I mean, to catch a, my line's getting a little tangled now. To catch a 45, 50 degree day in January is a blessing. So I'm not going to complain about only catching one fish. Still got about another half hour fishing to go. We'll give it a try and see what we can come up with. Hopefully pull another one out here. I'd like to leave here with two. Well, guys, don't tell me that I'm not successful. Right here. I fished for 3 hours to catch that. So, you know, it ain't always coming up here and just wearing them out. Sometimes you come up here and they wear you out. And the truth of the matter is, I've fished for 3 hours before and not even caught one. But, hey, it's been a great day. 45 to 50 degrees in January up in the mountains. I mean, you don't get very many days like that. So, hey, I'm grateful. Had a wonderful afternoon getting off work doing this. My family's gone for the evening, so I'd have been sitting at the house by myself. Instead, I got to come out here and fish for a little bit, have a good time. I'm going to take this trout home and I'm going to cook it. And I'll show you. There ain't a right way or a wrong way, but I'll just show you one of the ways that I like to cook mine. Maybe it'll give you an idea of how you might want to try it. But anyway, I'll get this trout home. I got about 2.5 hour drive, and we'll cook this trout up, and you can tell me what you think. All right, guys, we're gonna cook the big trout that we caught. And I say big, obviously I'm being sarcastic. But this is one way that I cook them. A lot of times I will fry them, and that is obviously an option. But tonight for the video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bake this fish. And so what I've done is I took a pair of scissors. I've removed the head and the front fins. And so we just have the basic trout body there. And what I've done is I've taken a piece of aluminum foil and spread it down with coconut oil just to keep it from sticking. It's kind of going to bake it like a baked potato. I preheated the oven at 400 degrees, and then I'm just going to wrap this. Now, one thing that I used to do that I do different now is I used to fill the trout full of butter. Most things I eat, you can't go wrong by soaking it in butter. There's usually no such thing as too much butter. However, when you fill that trout with butter and then bake it, it makes the trout really soggy. You may like it that way. I do not prefer it that way. I actually like my trout to be more dry. So I haven't put any kind of seasoning or anything on this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bake it for 15 to 20 minutes, and then when I pull it out, I'll put my seasoning on. If you want to bake it with seasoning on, it doesn't matter. It's up to you. But this is very simple. Just put it in a piece of aluminum foil that's sprayed down to help keep it from sticking. Now, I've got a pretty small pan here, but it's a pretty small trout. So we're going to put it in here. We'll bake it for 15 to 20 minutes. I'll come back in 15 to 20 minutes and we'll resume the video from there. All right, so it's actually been 20 minutes. We cooked it for 20 minutes and pulled it out. And here's what it looks like. Come up here and get a close shot. Here's what it looks like. As you can see, look, this meat will just come right off the bone. I mean, you just eat it right out there. Now, I want to say this. The skin on a trout is very much edible. It's not like an old catfish or something like that. This skin actually is pretty good, and it's where most of the vitamins and stuff are. So if you don't want the skin, I mean, you know, that's totally up to you, but the skin is definitely edible. And so what I'm going to do now, I just do it a little bit as I go. I'll put a little pepper on it, put a little salt, and I like garlic, so I have to be careful here. Put a little bit of garlic on there, not too much. Well, got a little too much on there, but that's all right. We'll get it off there. And then what I do, I just eat it right out of the aluminum foil. Just eat it like that. And you gotta be careful. There's bones in there, small bones. I certainly wouldn't give this to a kid or something because they could get choked. But you can just take your fork and get that meat right off the bone. And if you've never had trout, it's a good solid white meat. It's good for you, and it's awesome, really. And there it is. There's a cooked trout. I mean, anybody can do that. Just bake it like you would a baked potato. Like I say, there's a million ways to do it. This is just one way. If you have other ways that you like cooking your trout, feel free to share it, and we'll try that. But this is just the way I do it. I eat it right out. When I'm done, I just take the aluminum foil with the bones, throw it away, and it's easy cleanup. So anyway, that's the video for this evening. A lot of work, a lot of money went into catching this one little old trout, but I'll tell you what, I had a great time. and now I'm gonna sit down and eat it and enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the video, and we'll see you next time in God's country.